So I have my little smart water right here, and I'm eating some salad. But hey, beautiful. I hope you're having a good day. It's Ash. I'm trying not to eat a whole lot of fast food, so I'm trying to do better. I'm eating salad. It's like that Southwest salad. I'm not a huge fan, but I'm hungry. It's healthy, and beggars can't be choosers, so it is what it is. But I hope you're doing well. I hope you decide to hit that subscribe button down below for more videos. If you're new here, I'm Ash. If you're not new here, then thank you for coming back. But I wanted to apologize, first of all. I go through like these up and downs, okay? So right now I'm at work. I work nights. I work at a warehouse. I'm a manager. Now, I work full-time. I have 2 children. I'm in a relationship. Like, I'm trying to live my dream as a makeup artist. And it's like / influencer, but like makeup artist and whatnot, you know? So I really just do it for fun because I love it. But it's cool that all the perks come with it. But either way, that's besides the point. So I wanted to give you guys like a really brief story time because the last time that I posted was right before this happened. So my car got stolen. If you follow me on my other social medias, I've already done this story time, just a brief, like quick one, but I did a story time nonetheless. But basically what happened, so whatever day this was, I was walking out the house. I was ready to go to work. Like I was literally like, my lunch was packed. I had my keys in my hand, everything. Like I was dead ass. All I had to do was just get to my car, like unlock it, get in, and then drive to work, right? So I'm walking out of, the little complex. And I'm going down across the bridge. I'm coming up the freaking sidewalk. And as soon as I hit the top of the sidewalk, right? Because I would like turn left to end up getting to my car. Like right as I'm about to turn left, I hear like skirt, 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 skirt. Like, oh my God, it sounds like somebody's drag racing inside of my fucking parking lot, right? So, sorry. Oh my God. So after I'm like looking around. I'm like, oh my God, like, who's driving like this? Like, who's literally freaking drag racing in our parking lot, right? Like, speed limit's 25. You're doing like 70 right now. So I literally look over and I see a black Kia Optima just like flip around. And sorry, it's probably gross. Like, watch me. I'm never like eating on camera. Sorry, guys. But I dead ass, like I seen a black Kia Optima, right? So I end up, I'm like watching, obviously, and I'm just like, oh my God, like what the fuck's going on? What's happening? So as soon as the Kia flips a bitch and like screeches off and goes around like the little parking garage area, or like the covered parking area, I'm like, damn. And then right behind them, I see my freaking car. So I'm like, wait. And I look, I'm like, that looks like my car. And then I look at the license plate. I said, yeah, that's my car. And then it clicks. I'm like, that's my car. Oh my God, that's my car. Ah! So I'm like screaming my head off, right? I'm like, babe, babe, babe. I'm just outside of the complex like a crazy person. Just babe, babe, babe. Oh my God. Ah! So I end up calling 911, right? And so I talked to the operator, and the operator's like, oh, it's all right. It's cool. Like, the officers will give you a call. You don't have to worry about it. Blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, fine. I won't worry about it. That's cool with me. So they ended up showing up to my house. They didn't call me. They showed up at my house, right? And there was 2 of them. So I tell them what happened. Tell them I saw it. Tell them, like, I couldn't see anybody that was driving, because that was true. Like, I honestly didn't see anybody. I literally just saw the side of my car, the back of my car, my license plate, and then that was it. Like, I couldn't see anybody who was driving or anything like that. So after I ended up telling them all that information, they're like, okay, cool. They wrapped it up, and they're like, well, we'll call you if we find it, right? So I'm like, okay, that's fine. So when I had Kier, which is my new baby, I mean, he's not new, he's 7 months, but like my newest baby. So the youngest, when I had him, my mom had come out here from Arizona to help me, you know, like during the first week of like having a newborn baby. And I already had a toddler, which is Ashton. So Ashton had just turned 2. I had Kier literally a month later. And yeah, so anyway, so my mom had came out, but when she came, she brought me a Trailblazer. So I needed a bigger car, you know, to fit both of my kids and stuff. So she had it. She wasn't using it. She has like 3 or 4 fucking cars. So she's just like, here's my Trailblazer. So I was like, oh, thank you, Mom. Like, I needed this. Well, anyways, I took that car to work, right? And that's currently what I've been driving and what I am driving every single freaking day. So we're back to just one car, right? So, after I ended up coming to work in the other car, so like 4 or 5 hours later, I want to say maybe around like 9 p.m. because this was like, I'm supposed to be here by like 4:30, right? So I was walking out to my car, so it was between 4 and like 4:15. So they called me around 8:39. Well, the cop's like, hey, we found your car. Like, they crashed it into somebody else's car and then fucking left it. And I was like, are you serious right now? So it went from Grand Theft Auto to like aggressive Grand Theft Auto or something because they crashed into someone else's car. So it just elevated the case, but that still didn't do anything because I'm not going to go there. But anyways, so after they told me, hey, well, we found your car, blah, 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 they crashed it, yada, yada, yada. So they're like, can you come and see if it's drivable? So I said, okay, fine. So I'd go down there, and I'm with my girl, Jay, and she works with me. So Jay's in the passenger seat. I'm driving. We pull up to the car. They literally left my car attached to the car that it fucking hit outside of the person's house. So the person whose car they had hit, it was like a truck or something. But they're like, hey, oh my gosh, like it was 4 dudes. They all jumped out the car as soon as they hit my car. 4 of the guys jumped out and then they like ran off. So we don't know where they went. We don't know who they are, blah, blah, blah. And I just have like a brief video of what they look like. But it doesn't really, you know, it could have been anybody, literally, because it wasn't like detrimental evidence to where they could literally see their faces, their features, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so that's beside the point. Now, after I get there, the cops wait for me to get there before they're like, okay, hey, let us check the car real quick to make sure everything's cool before we have you actually like enter the vehicle and then check if it works. So I was like, okay, that's fine. You know what I mean? Like, I love that shit. I love when men are just men and then they just make sure you're safe. Like, but anyways, so cops checked it. It was good. So I get in the front. I try to put my key in and my key won't even go in. So when they stole my car, they popped off my handle, like my actual door handle. They popped that bitch off because it was laying on the freaking floor in the parking lot. But that's how they got in. Well, when they started the car though, because I had the actual keys, they, there's some kind of tool or some kind of mechanism. It wasn't a screwdriver. It was something else. But there's like something somebody freaking designed for this, I guess, where they just literally jam it into my ignition. They pop off some kind of something. And literally it takes less than 60 seconds for them to like get in and out and take off in your car. So that's what they did. And apparently 2012 to 2016, I think they said, were the years and the models of the Hyundai Sonatas, or just like Hyundai, I guess, in general, but like Hyundai Sonatas, Kia Optimas in the 2012 to like 2016, those specific models don't have like a chip or something, like an anti-theft chip. So that's how they're ending up and figuring out that they can steal those people's cars like instantly with no issues. Because like literally it happened so fast when I was walking out of my house. So like it definitely was less than 60 seconds. So anyways, but the car wasn't drivable, so they ended up having to get it towed. Well, when they got it towed, they didn't tow it to the right place. So thank God it was next door. that's not even the half of it though, okay? Like, so I get to the place of like the business card they gave me to show them my insurance, take the pictures for my insurance, all that stuff, right? So I show up, I get all that stuff taken care of. I find out it's the wrong office, so I have to walk next door. Then, after everything's like legit done, I go out to the car, my windshield's broken. They like threw all my shit around the car everywhere, literally everywhere. But honestly, I'm not stupid. I don't keep like valuable things in my car. My car is literally just transportation. It gets me from point A to point B. The most valuable thing that I have in my car is probably my phone charger and my children's car seats. That's literally the most important thing that I would have in my car. Other than that, some CDs, but all the music that's probably on those CDs is probably on my phone in my library. So it's really not that serious. But anyway, so after I handled that, what else should I do? Oh yeah, I took the pictures, sent it to the insurance. The insurance said, cool, send me the auto shop that you want it sent to, and we'll end up getting it towed there. I said, okay, cool. That's perfect. Tell me why. They tow it to the auto shop, right? They tow it to the auto shop. The auto shop guy calls me and says, hey, I need your keys because they didn't give me your keys. I had my keys in my hand, so that they wouldn't have had my keys anyway. So he's like, yeah, just come drop them off and da-da-da-da. So I was like, okay, cool. Well, in the meantime of me waiting, or me like going to drop off the keys, after they had my car towed there, I was waiting for my insurance to let me know like what the next step was. So they said that I would have to pay like $1,000 deductible. I guess that's a policy I fucking agreed to, but they told me I would have to pay $1,000 deductible, and then like the balance of whatever the work would be was like $1,200, right? So we have $2,200 and some change. So I'm like, okay, that's fine, blah, blah, blah. So as soon as, but like it took literally maybe like 2 weeks for her to contact me and like let me know they were sending me a check. And yeah, just like randomly out of nowhere, like 2 weeks after they had gotten my car, I get an email from the lady I was working with, and she's like, hey, so we're sending you a check for X amount of money. And I'm like, well, what is it for? And she's like, okay, well, after your $1,000 deductible and then the estimate for blah, 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 this is what it is. So I said, okay, that's fine. Well, I called the auto shop that same day and was like, hey, so my 2012 Sonata's there. Like, I'm trying to come by and drop off my keys. Like, I've already spoken to my insurance. They've given me all the information that I need. So I literally just need to know what you need from me at this point. Like, have you guys started my car? Is my car finished and I can come pick it up? Or like, what's the case? So he goes, what was your name and what kind of car was it? So I tell him my name again, and then I tell him it's the 2012 Sonata. And he goes, that car's not here. I said, like, I could throw my salad right now. Where is it? Where is my car? Because you called me and said you had my car. They told me you had my car. The tow company told me you had my car. So where is my car? And he goes, maybe I overlooked it. Let me just check again and I'll call you back. And I'm like, yeah, you do that, sir. Please call me back because I'm about to freak out. So he calls me back like 2 seconds later. He goes, yeah, no, that car's not here. I said, what? In the actual, like, my head popped, okay? It's about to pop again. You can see it. So, after this mofo tells me he doesn't have my car and all that good stuff happens, right? So, I call the insurance lady. She goes, oh, no, there must be some kind of mistake. There has to be, something was overlooked. I'm like, yeah, okay, well, you call them, and then you call me back and tell me what they say. So she never calls me back, but she emails me back, and she goes, hey, so I talked to them, and they told me that the original tow company that had dropped it off, they dropped it off, left it with so-and-so because that's who confirmed that they received it. But when I talked to that person at the auto shop, they said they never physically saw my car. So why would you say that it's accepted? Why would you accept something and literally put your name on it that you received it but not physically see it? Like, that just to me is irresponsible, okay? I'm just going to leave that there. But he said he didn't physically see the car, but he was notified that it was dropped off there. So I'm like, okay, that's fine. Cool. Whatever. Where the fuck is my car now? So she said, well, I contacted the original tow company and right now I'm just trying to find out like what's going on. So then she emails me again and she says, hey, so now that I've spoken to the tow truck driver and the guy at the auto shop, they said after your car was dropped off the first time at the auto shop, the tow company went back the next day and picked my car up and said it had to go somewhere else. And I said, who approved that? Who said that? Because you guys didn't call me and tell me like, hey, this is what's going to happen. This is where it's going to go. This is blah, blah, blah. Like, if you're moving my property, you need to alert me and notify me so that way I'm aware of where my stuff is, So that pissed me off beyond belief, because I'm like, what kind of procedure do you guys have? You know, I feel like there should be some kind of receiving, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Criteria, like something to follow. I can't think of the word right now, but you guys can go ahead and let me know in the comments. But either way, there should be some kind of like way that you accept it. God, I'm a fucking idiot right now. I'm so mad that I can't even think of the damn word. Anyways, so regardless of what I think and what I'm trying to think of the word, but they should have some kind of procedure for receiving and releasing vehicles, so that way they can keep track of it and not be in this situation, because I've never ever heard of nothing like this. Well, anyway, so besides them losing my car from there, or the tow company taking it or whatever, that's what she told me in the email. Then I'm sitting here just waiting another like week or two. And then I reach out to her again and I'm like, hey, what's going on? Like, I really need to know where my car is. And she goes, okay, like, let me find out and I'll call you back. So I'm like, okay, fine. She never ended up calling me back. She sent me a second email. She said, hey, so your car is currently sitting at the police impound. She said somebody stole my car again for a second time from the auto shop. And then they found it at like a 7-Eleven or something, just sitting there abandoned, like at a 7-Eleven. So I'm like, okay, so if you live in Aurora, you know where Buckley turns into like Airport and like all that stuff. So Airport Boulevard was where they found my car. They stole it from my house. They found it on Airport Boulevard the same day. They had it towed that night after they found it to the police impound. I went to the police impound, released the car to the insurance. The insurance had it towed to the auto shop, okay? It got stolen from the auto shop and then found again on like Mississippi and like Sable or something, right? There's like a 7-Eleven right there. And after they stole my car, they found it at the 7-Eleven. The police sent it to the impound again, and then I had to go to the impound and release it to the freaking insurance again, and then they had it towed back to the same damn shop. So I'm like, this has literally been over a month. Like, it's going on like 2 months now. This happened in December before Christmas. Like, I think they said the date that I actually called them was like December 14th. So the guy calls me yesterday and he says, hey, I'm so sorry about what's happened, blah, blah, blah. I was the one who had said that we received your car, but they did the same thing again. They just kind of like dropped it off. They didn't bring in any keys. They didn't like give me any information. They just said, hey, like, here's the car, blah, blah, blah. So I said, okay, cool. So then the guy tells me that he goes out there one day after they've had the car. I don't know how long they fucking had the car. I think since like Saturday. So today is Wednesday. So he said he had to go and like scare somebody out of my car. So there's people just going through my car, like searching for stuff. And like I told you, I'm not going to leave no valuable shit in my car just in case, like not in case for that. But I mean, just like, I'm not comfortable in general. I don't like just leaving valuable shit anywhere. Like anything could fucking happen just like this. So they were looking for who knows what, but they were tossing my whole fucking car. And he says, he asked them like, hey, is this your car? And they're like, yeah, this is my car. And he's like, I know the name of the person that owns this car and I don't think you're in Ashley. So you need to get the fuck out of the car. I'm calling the cops. But he called the cops anyway. So now they have my car. I'm hoping my car stays there. He told me, okay, so the insurance told me I'd have to pay $1,000 deductible and then like $1,200 was going to be the balance that they paid, right? So when I'm on the phone with him, he says, yeah, so I'm really familiar with this. I'm really familiar with the work that needs to be done and blah, 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 because of all the thefts and stuff that have happened, because of all of the people that realized that they could steal these cars so easily. So many people have come to their shop and been like, we need this fixed. So he says, I'm pretty sure it's going to be like $1,300. And I was like, how much? He said $1,300. I said, so they told, I didn't tell him what they quoted me, but I'm thinking in my mind, I'm like, okay, they told me $2,200. I pay $1,000, they pay $1,200, and he's telling me it costs $1,300. He sent me that check, so then I would just have to pay like $100 versus $1,000. if I don't get my insurance involved. But I don't know how that works because they're expecting me to pay like my $1,000 deductible, right? I'm not going to pay that shit. So they're like, have your insurance give me a call. And I was like, can I pay for that myself? And he's like, yeah, sure. If you want to do that, we can do that. I said, yeah, I'll pay for myself. I'll use their fucking check and then I'll pay like $100. So if I end up owing them that money, that's fine. I'll pay them back later. But as part of my policy, that's not something I should have to pay back. So either way, they did their part. I'm doing my part. I'm going to get my car back. And as soon as I get that bitch back, I'm selling it. I'm trading it in and I'm getting rid of it immediately because this is freaking crazy. Like, no, you know what I'm saying? No. I don't even know how this happened. I don't know. I've never heard of no shit like this before. And it's just, it irks me to my soul. Okay? When I tell you it irks me to my soul, it irks me to my soul. Like, but either way, whatever. I'm still paying for the car. I don't want it. I was really, really hoping and praying that I would get a new car. But yeah, so as of right now, I still do not have my car. Today is Wednesday, February 9th. Yeah, Wednesday, February 9th. I called it in December 14th. So on Valentine's Day, it would be 2 months. And I'm pretty sure I'm not going to have my car by Valentine's Day. So I'm just so annoyed. But either way, I'm thankful I have the other car because I would be seriously SOL. Like, I would be so screwed if we did not have that extra car. We've been making it work because we have to, but it's completely unnecessary. And the fact that they want me to pay $1,000 deductible when somebody stole my shit, I was not playing with that. No. That shit made me so mad. So anyways, I feel like I could just update you after I find out what's going to happen with my car next. But yeah, so it's been really, really just, I don't know. I feel like I'm stressing about it because I'm still paying for it. I don't want it. It's a huge, huge liability at this point. You know what I'm saying? Because there's not going to be anything different about my car. So somebody could dead ass steal my car again and then I will be in the same situation. Like, that's what's frustrating me the most about this. But whenever I'm dealing with something, I kind of like shut down. And that's what I've noticed. Like, I've really been paying attention to like my patterns, to like the things that I do, the things that I choose for myself, like the way that I cope, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like I'm just paying a lot more attention to me lately. And I've noticed that when things start to happen that I don't have control over like that, I kind of shut down and I'm so like, I'm consumed by it, but at the same time, like, I'm not. Like, it's there. I know I can't do anything about it, but then just like thinking about it and trying to figure out what's gonna come out of it or how maybe I could do something. Like, I don't know how my brain process puts it together. But when I'm going through something, I don't want to blast it all over the internet. I want to go through it. I want to deal with it head on. I'm very, very good at facing my problems immediately. So with that being said, though, like, I usually just focus completely on what's going on and then kind of put everything else on the back burner. So I'm trying, because I've acknowledged that that's an issue for me and I don't like that, I still want to be able to go through things, but it's not necessarily that I'm not open about it. I just feel like I don't know in that moment how to balance it all, if that makes sense. So that's where my apology comes in, because I love making videos. I love filming. I love doing makeup. I love talking to you guys and all this stuff. You know, like, there's been so many changes and so many things happening in my life, like, on a regular basis, that I feel like it's been really, really difficult to just film on a regular basis. But I'm trying to address that and change it and fix it, because I do love posting and I love having you guys. So I want to do better. Now is the time where I'm going to focus on doing all the things that I want to do better. I want to eat better. I want to move better, like exercise, like, you know what I'm saying? Whatever I'm doing now is very minimal. So I want to do just a little bit more. You know, I'm still going to keep it within a realistic means. I'm not going to do anything drastic. I'm not going to do something that for me is like yeah, unrealistic, I guess, would be the perfect word. Like, I'm not going to sit here and be like, yeah, I'm going to post at this time every single freaking day, because I know that life happens. I'm a mom. Things happen with my children. It honestly depends on the freaking day. So I am really excited to get to a point where I can film and this be like my job. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people turn this into a job, and like, that would be fun for me. I would love that. It would be a job that I would enjoy. I would love. It would still be hard work, because it is hard work, honestly, but it would be much more gratifying, because at that point, like, I'm working, I'm getting a check, I'm like getting paid to do this. You know what I'm saying? So ultimately that would be my goal one day, but it's not going to change how much I love doing this. So if I still end up having a job and still posting videos part-time, that's still going to work for me. I will still be content, I will still be happy, and I will still be present. So I just wanted to kind of update you guys and let you guys know that that was the one of many issues that's happening. I'm going to continue updating you guys and telling you guys the other stuff that's going on, but boy, shit is wild. So in the next update, thank you for watching this one about the car being stolen, the story time update, whatever. So the next video that I would do an update on, I don't know if it's the next one that's going to come out or if it's just the next video, like one of them, but I'm going to talk to you guys about the spiritual battle that I'm having. I don't know if you're into that. I don't know what your take is, what your relationship is, or what religion you are, if you believe in it, whatever. I don't push it on anybody. I have my beliefs and I keep it at that. We're to each its own, right? But the shit that has been happening that I've been able to see for myself, acknowledge, and feel like it's real and it's happening. And it makes me really uncomfortable. So that was one of the things too. Like, I didn't know how to deal with that. So I kind of just shut down, like I said previously, and then just, that's what it is. But I've been seeing stuff, I've been feeling stuff. There's been a lot of like negative, really, really bad energy around me, and it's not even from me. So I'll get into that. It's a really good story, and it's really creepy at the same time.